सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्.
So nice, we have got a senior person who has joined. Today I spoke to him, the senior software engineer or manager, and his name is Mr. Prem Sai. So he is joining the 7th, 8th class today. Prem Sai. He was one of the person. You all can mute.
All of you can mute yours from your side.
Yeah, no. So Prem Sai has joined this 8th class. So he was in Vedanta also when I was making the manual, and he was one of the person who helped me to put the charts and everything in my manual. Own yourself, enjoy completeness. About 10 years before, or 9 years before it was completed. So we know him from that time. And after that he has gone a little more deeper into Vedanta. So I told him he can also join today's class and go through the previous classes. So please please mute all of your this thing. Many sounds are coming. So we will revise the 5 points quickly, about 2 minutes. That is our way of sharing this knowledge, and also from the point of the present day's life. First point is that I am totally convinced. This all you can by heart and tell within you also, youngsters. That is, I am totally convinced that even if everything happens as per my expectation, I cannot get continuous and maximum happiness through the efforts I am putting for getting rid of the undesirables and getting the desirables through various means and ends in my life. Mute, can please mute your, all of you, please check and mute your this thing, Skype, please. Point number 2 is, I need happiness for a stress-free life and for maintaining my health optimum and for career development and for keeping good relationships. Whereas I cannot get in the materialistic life that I am planning, spiritual science say it is possible to have a happy mindset, and with happy mindset we can take care of our personal life, professional life and social life to the best possible way. For that we have to understand some facts. We are going through the facts. I will explain, I will share. And the truth and the secret that hides the truth. For that we have to implement the eligibilities, and then we can find the happiness from within and take care of our all aspects of life. So we are sharing the facts. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the soul. So this will be definitely there, and today's points, 2 points we are taking up together. So for first conviction that I am not the body. So for that example is, or the what is the fact is, I take care of my body. If I am my body, all of you kindly check whether you are mute or not. You are listening to this stuff. Some big sounds are coming here. I take care of my body. If I am my body, I cannot take care. If you want to elaborate, if you want to elaborate, see, when I am little bit indisposed, I am taking care of myself, my body. But when I am very seriously sick, I need another person to take care of me or my body, my physical body. So because I am able to take care of my physical body, I am not my physical body. Then coming to mind. Sometimes I am trying to control my mind, but in the normal life, people say mind is controlling the person. So when mind is controlling you, you are different from the mind. Sometimes you are able to control the mind, then also you are different from the mind. So these two reasons go well with one another. Then one more pair we will take up to prove that I am not the body and I am not the mind. Body has got different parts, hands, legs, head and everything. It is made of an assembly. An assembly is not used by itself. Any assembly you see, the assembly will be used by another person. So this body is used by me and I function through my body. Similarly, mind has got functional divisions: mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. Emotional center. Emotional center means mind when it functions predominantly emotion wise, it is mana. Then discrimination means buddhi. Then memory and recollection is chitta, and then ahankara, function. So when I am able to use these functions, or this mind is controlling me through various these functions, I am not my mind. But I function through my mind, then also I am not my mind. So many reasons we have discussed. Until the 10th class we will discuss 2-3 reasons more. There will be 12 reasons to prove that I am not my body, and there will be 12 reasons to prove that I am not my mind. But now itself you can think over and bring one reason to establish that you are the body. So think over for a week, and next week if anybody can bring up, otherwise before that also you can tell me, or Wednesday's doubt clearing class you can clarify. Think over and bring one logically provable reason that you are your physical body. Think and bring, then we will expand our teaching. That is to prove that you are your physical body, opposite to our teaching. So like this, if you drill your mind, you will get convinced with the facts. So think over and try to bring a reason that you are the you. So counter on argument, let us see. So these are the body mind, and the negating the soul, we have got a long discussion last time. The soul and the role, and actor and the consciousness. So I am using that word which is most popularly known to most of you. Means what? This consciousness is the highest scoring word, which has we circulated 5 words other than Prem Sai. So many people, many students came back with their priority of the term. So I will use maximum 3 words: consciousness, awareness, or Atma. The other 2 you can, if anybody has preferred the other 2, your higher self or spirit, you can understand the same, the 3 words represent that also. So I will be trying to restrict the terminology to these 3 words: consciousness, awareness, or Atma. So when you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the soul, then you are there. So awareness principle or consciousness. So that is made available to you through a PPT presentation with 4 slides. Our students J.K. Kumar started, and Vivek and my daughter helped to complete. So that one is to directly try to get the benefit by owning yourself, by claiming yourself. So that I have given again, there is lot of examples, 1 or 2 we will discuss, balance you can go through those charts. This shift of identification is not new to all of us. Shift of identification, we do it very often without much mental effort. It almost spontaneous. As per the circumstances, we shift the identification, own up and introduce ourselves. As per the circumstances, the way of introduction will be the benefit giving manner. That is what we decide. So we take a reference and go to office so that we can get the job done. I have given the PPT presentation. Then recommendation, we got better things done. Similarly, we identify through our parents for the family background, or you are all, when you go to another office, you identify with your company. When you go to a government job, you will not identify with your company. If any reference is known, you will identify with that. So how you are changing the identification, you see. When you visit another company, you shift your identification as per your designation or employer. This is, nobody is telling you. We are all doing it. Then when, if married people, if you go to your wife's place, you will be known as husband of so and so. Or if you go to your husband's place, you will be known as wife of so and so. Or you will also introduce like that. I am the wife of, or I am the husband of, like that. So how we are changing the identification, you see. This is not anything new. And in North India, when we meet together, you will tell I am from Karnataka, I am from Tamil Nadu, like that. And when you go abroad, if you see another Indian, you will introduce with your nationality. So this identification change is not a new thing. But when it comes to the self-knowledge, whatever thing, for benefits, we extend this identification to the most beneficial manner. These small identification changes are happening for small benefits or circumstantial advantages. But once you identify yourself with the non-changing awareness, then that is the best way of identifying yourself, and you are introducing your original nature to yourself. This is what we already discussed. We will try to brush up in the summary class. These Vedanta teachings are introductory words and not descriptive. We already discussed. So this is the gist of this PowerPoint presentation, and the presence of this non-changing awareness is also substantiated by various arguments in the PPT presentation. There also I have given around 10 reasons that the non-changing awareness, changeless awareness is evident in you. So that also, that I need not describe here, because that is why, to reduce this subjects in the online class, we have been giving PowerPoint slides that will be flashed by us or by Vivek in the YouTube also. Reasons that you are the non-changing awareness. That is the end understanding. Before that, you can be very much evident that there is a non-changing awareness, changeless awareness, prompting various changes in your other personality. So this introduction, we are connecting it. Introduce yourself to yourself by identifying yourself with the non-changing awareness, and not with your body, not with your mind, not with your soul. So this is there, you can go through and we can discuss about this if any clarification is required. So when we have come to this stage, that is body, mind and soul negation, some other things we should be able to understand about the world also. So in the advanced classes, we are having the topics of I have already circulated you the universe, theory of causation or karma theory, and then other things as Maya, the power of God, then spirit. So what we will do here, we will discuss about the second very prominent thing, the universe. We have discussed the life last time, life, soul, and now the interaction is the cosmic drama between the Chetana Vastu, means sentient things, and non-sentient things. Between the living being and non-living being is the cosmic drama. So living being we have already discussed. Now the universe. Basic understand you have it. We will not go very deeper because these are all the peripheral knowledge which is to be there when you advance in this subject. But the benefit giving knowledge will be owning yourself with the non-changing awareness or Atma. So that is the part. So some deviation to understand so many other things. So any question also can be asked at the end with respect to these topics also. Universe. So from the point of Vedanta, the universe comes from the power of God through the subtle elements, 5 great elements, and then gross elements, like that. But that one we will have little more deeper discussion when we discuss God and the power of God, Maya. So now we will discuss the universe from the point of science. Now scientifically try to break up the universe. The science was not available thousands of years before when Vedanta was discussed through various bhashyas by Adi Shankara and others. The scientific advantage was not there. So that we can have, so that you all will be convinced also and support. The total universe is made up of material, then they are made up of matter, then matter is made up of substance, substance are made up of compounds and elements, and the compounds and elements are made up of molecules. Molecules are themselves atoms or the combination of atoms. Then subatomic particles like proton, neutron, electron and other subatomic particles. Then there is further subdivision comes, division of subatomic particles or observing the subatomic particles. They are studied, investigated from various perspectives to get the same result, but scientists, I understand that they don't get the ultimate one thing from the point of matter. When the perspective is changed, the inference also changes. From one perspective, the subatomic particles, they appear like waves. From other perspective, from other investigation, they appear like pockets of energy, particles. So the theory of uncertainty or some high science, at the end we come to a conclusion that when there is no single final investigation result, that uncertainty, and it ends up with a concept. Concept means the pocket of energy or it's a wave. So the whole universe is broken down into waves or pockets of energy. So that is a concept. They are not able to find out the pinpoint, this is the reason for the universe. So it's a concept. But any concept presupposes awareness. Without consciousness, without awareness, how a concept can exist? So it ends up with only consciousness. The total universe you have mentally, scientifically broken down into subatomic particles, then concept, then consciousness. So tangibility and everything don't bring, and they get a little bit complicated. Tangibility is there in the dream also. So what happens to the dream tangibility? So tangibility because of the configuration of atoms to the condensed form of the tangible universe. This is the universe from the point of science. Vedanta analyzes universe from the point of vibration also. That's what Om, it is understood in some Upanishads, that Om is the representation of God as well as consciousness. That we will study little advanced way. But now Om we will compare with the universe. Means Om and universe. Now this is the intellectual way of splitting the universe or understanding the universe or breaking down the universe. Now anything in the universe in any language, it can be represented by words. Not only the objects and items and entities, even any action and function also can be communicated through words, words. These words in any language, how they come out? Opening the mouth, making the sound, narrowing the mouth, making the sound, closing the mouth, making the sound. These three postures of the mouth, including the sound, represent all the languages, all the words of all the entities, functions and their actions. That is Aum. In Sanskrit, U and A and U combination is O, then So that is why Om represents the universe. It is from the point of vibrations. Vibration theory is there in science also, but this is discussed in ancient Indian scriptures also. Om represents universe. So this is another way. So the universe is nothing but vibrations, or it is a concept. But we make use of the universe. So that is why this this subject takes care of the experiential things also, like life, universe, other things, so that the knowledge will be supported by the worldly activities also. So the universe is this much is sufficient now. And now this universe, why we should not give too much importance and get into that complexity of this universe and creation, is that it will not give the benefits that you can get from understanding yourself. Because science says very important information from the point of science, a milligram of universe cannot be created. Matter cannot be created. We already discussed material. It cannot be created. Energy is converted into matter. Matter is converted into energy. Energy is converted into matter. Matter is converted into energy. That is what the universe, Siddhi, Srishti, Siddhi, Pralaya. That is what manifestation and manifestation. Science also says, but it cannot tell detail about this, but it has understood that universe cannot be created. It's a manifestation and manifestation, expression and resolution. So now we have understood the universe as a concept. This one, no, energy is a concept that is sustained by awareness. So awareness, from awareness universe arises, then it is sustained by the awareness, then it resolves in the awareness. So if you want the experiential proof, the sleep. When you sleep, you don't have your body, you don't have your mind, you don't have universe, you don't have others. When the mind comes, the universe comes for you. When you say, I told you, no, when you say, if you say others, for others, universe is there, for you there is no others when you sleep. So it's an example that universe is sustained by awareness, which is present in your sleep. That is the experiential supporting data. So this, because this universe is a manifestation and unmanifestation, we should not get into the complexity of this universe. It appears, disappears. So what I give an example is that if you keep a candle at the center of two mirrors, there will be infinite reflections. Whether the left mirror is the first reflection or the right mirror is first reflection, you will not be able to conclude. Same way, the beginning of universe also, you should not break your head. It is a manifestation, unmanifestation phenomena. So, but very easily, these are all told in village Vedanta, that is with the hen and the egg. Whether the egg came first or hen came first, or from the tree or seed, whether seed came first or tree. So you cannot get into this cycle. So understanding universe, this much is sufficient for the supplementary knowledge in the pursuit of self-knowledge. Then what is the driving force behind this cosmic drama? The drama of the living and non-living things being, the things interact with each other. Universe is not without living beings. Then nothing, we cannot discuss. We are all living beings. We experience the universe. It's an interaction. So our Guru says it's a joint venture of Ishvara and Jiva. So that is for interaction between universe and Jivas. That's what cosmic drama. This cosmic drama needs a fuel, driving force. That is, in Vedanta it is called karma. So karma is the word used in Vedanta for action and results of the action. But here we will discuss more about the results of action. Results of your action. This action reaction is the driving force behind the origination and resolution of the universe. Means from the point of individual it is birth and death. You can also understand in that way. You need not go very deeper of the universe pralaya resolution. From the point of birth and death also, it is a kind of interaction between Jiva and Jiva, or Jiva and universe. Jiva means what? You are individuals and the relationships. Every relationship, any relationship between the interaction between two Jivas, or from point of materialistic world, it is the interaction between Jivas and the matter. So for this, what is the driving force? It is theory of causation or karma. So karma, we will not discuss much about the type of karmas here, but that is covered in Vedanta and Dharma Shastra. But the results, both seen and unseen results. When come to the seen results, there is no much thing to discuss. Seen results you are able to see. When you eat your food, the hunger is quenched. When you fall down, you are getting hurt. They are all seen results. Seen, S-E-E-N. Drishta pala. Adrishta pala you have to discuss. The potent form of the results. The karma pala. So that's an important thing, and it is put it in our PPT presentation of also. That is origin from the God. There's one more PPT, flow chart is there. So we have to discuss definitely. So there are 3 types of karma. For this there is no English words. 3 types of karma means, one is the account. We all have got an account of karma. So in Vedanta you have to understand that this account is not maintained by Chitragupta or Yama. Very, very important, all these things. This account is there in our body only, causal body. Just go back 5 koshas, Anandamaya kosha, then that is causal body. That is what? The storage of potent result of your own action. So this account is called Sanchida Karma. Account of karma. Means karma means potent results. From the account, I think I can use the word aliquot. A portion comes, fructifies, decided by the intelligent principle and nature that we will discuss in the Maya and God. So it fructifies through the life of a jiva. That is called prarabdha karma. A portion from the sanjita karma the jiva takes and gets the body suitable for experiencing a portion of the Sanjita karma. That portion is called Prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma fructifies from the almost from the birth. Most of you may not ask proofs, but you yourself can think that these are all having lot of basis from the logic also. Otherwise, how we can differentiate babies? We can easily differentiate different types of babies. A sleeping baby means most of the time some babies sleep. That is young babies, few months old. We meet some babies, they are all crying babies. Then some babies, laughing babies, smiling. So unless otherwise this Prarabdha karma fructifies, how there is difference in the birth itself when there is no free will is there. Free will we will discuss. So these are all the cycle, karma cycle. They born with some, with the programmed that some of the karmas will be neutralized. So that karma comes from the Sanjita karma, which is neutralized, is called Prarabdha karma. But when the human beings grow up, they develop from the constitution of the human being and configuration of the human being, they get the faculty of free will. You can do a thing, you need not do a thing, you can do the thing in a different way within the framework of law of the land and your own dharma within the framework. You can do a thing, means what, today you can come to a class, you need not come to a class, you can go to another class. If you want, you can shift your office or change your office. Some things are, as per the law, it is allowed. So this choice of action is there. The choice of action comes from the free will. So because of the free will, means using the free will, misusing the free will, abusing the free will comes. So one more karma gets added up. The actions you are doing deliberately, not involuntary actions. These are all there in that flow chart. Doership. You do some actions with doership, taking accountability. So those actions give you result. That is Agami karma. But in this Agami karma, you may be experiencing a part of the results of your actions or the total of the results of your actions or nothing. So when you don't experience anything of your actions, the total karma phala goes as Agami. If it is partial, a portion goes as Agami. But sometimes you get immediate results, there is no Agami. For each and every action, you are doing lots of actions from the age of the particular age, you can say around 10, 12, where the free will starts. Till the time, Prarabdha karma is the main thing. Then when the free will starts, Agami karma sets in and you are doing the work and partial results you may experience, and the balance will go and get into the account. Means will add it up in the account of Sanjita karma. So that unseen results, they are called Agami karma. This cycle goes on. So this is what Sanjita karma is, the account. Prarabdha karma is, that is fructifying, neutralizing through your life. Agami karma is the unfructified result of your actions based on free will, which is added up in the Sanjita karma. This is the karma cycle of jivas with the universe. So here few more points you can understand about the karma. That is, I told you that is free will sets in. Before that it is mainly Prarabdha karma is fructifying, because how you are grown up in your young age before 7, 8, it is not, you are not having your own free will. You are under the guidance of your parents and everything. So mainly Prarabdha karma. Then when your free will sets in, the psychic impressions also becoming more and more powerful. Basically, it exists, psychic impressions, in the cycle of birth and death. What is a psychic impression? I have put PI. The nomenclature is used and is expanded also in the PPT chart. The psychic impressions are called vasanas in our Vedanta. Psychic impressions we will discuss. We will use this terminology. Psychic impressions are formed through the free will. You are getting into a particular habit. It's possible. No, you can do a thing, you need not do a thing, you can do it in different way. That's what use, misuse and abuse. So there are good psychic impressions, positive psychic impressions and negative psychic impressions. You are all assembled to this Vedanta class. This is also based on some psychic impressions from the previous birth. What is the proof? Again, 3 types of babies. Dolls you cannot create like this, no? Like babies, can you create dolls? No. So there is only the psychic impressions is very, very strongly expressed. Infants, why some babies are crying? Why is crying babies, laughing babies and sleeping babies? So they are all based on psychic impressions. Tamasic is sleeping babies, Rajasic is crying babies, Sattvic is smiling babies. So this we will discuss about these 3 gunas in the power Maya. Why this is a proof, experiential reasoning. Logical reasoning, scientific reasonings are we are, but this experiential, we are seeing babies. So this is one of the things, and in young age, in the babies themselves, they get into lot of deformity, disorders and everything. Some babies born with a silver spoon, we say. Some babies born without mouth. Why? They have not done anything wrong in this life. But because of this theory of causation, their pradhartha karma, they are supposed to born like this. This is a very subtle subject. These subjects you should know, but don't get entangled with this subject, because this subject, karma theory will, from the point of benefits, it will give some benefit, but not the ultimate benefit. I will elaborate as per the time availability. And karma phala data is God. So here, very important thing, we will discuss about God in the karma phala data in the 10th class. Is dedicated to discuss about God also, power also if possible. So there we will take up. Here we will just you can understand the intelligence principle activating your result. Impartial. The impartial intelligence principle activating the results of your action is God. So your actions are stored in form of results. The results are matter. It cannot get activated by itself. So the activating principle behind the karma is God. And your actions are supposed to be propelled by psychic impressions as well as free will. Psychic impression from the childhood, and it is joined by free will when you grow up. So this is the karma cycle, something I have covered. And here we can have some kind of examples. With examples you will be able to appreciate it. So I made a small example. These 3 karmas, Sanjita karma, Agami karma and Prarabdha karma. You take a retired teacher. So he has planned his life like that. Take the example. The first of every month, he will withdraws 10,000 rupees. Don't fix amount, just for example. He takes 10,000 from his account in the bank. Then, being a teacher, he teaches to the boys and girls, to the students. So they also give him some fees. A part of this fees he uses and the balance he deposits on the last day of the month. This is the just an example I am telling. So you can understand the Prarabdha Sanjita Agami. The account, bank account is Sanjita Karma. The 10,000 rupees withdrawn is the Prarabdha Karma. And he is teaching and earning some money and using a part. The balance money is depositing on the last day of the month is Agami Karma. This cycle every month he does, same thing is our life. So this example is one example I want to give from the point of karma theory. And another example also I can give, that's also I just framed it. It's all very, very popular discussion and argument matter. People, we are coming across people doing good things, but they get bad result. And we are coming across people doing nothing, they get good result. In third category, we are coming across people, they are doing bad things but getting good results. The mix-up of these results, what is the logic? If we tell previous birth, then what is the proof? First class I told, proof for previous birth. So I don't want to repeat, you can listen to the class number 1. Now, take that one example. You are visiting a shop having different kinds of fancy items. When you visit the shop, you have seen some item and you bargained 100 rupee item. You told you will give only 70 rupees. The shopkeeper refused. Shopkeeper told 100 rupees. You asked for 70 rupees. You refused. Sorry, shopkeeper refused. He did not give it to you for 70 rupees. You are just thinking what to do. At that time, another customer came there and there was nothing much discussion. That customer handed over 50 rupee note and took that item which you wanted for 70 rupees. You get into the just logic. You wanted for 70 rupees, he did not give you. But another customer came, just told a few words and handed over 50 rupees. The shopkeeper also gave the item below your coat. Immediately you ask the shopkeeper, I asked you for 70 rupees, you have not given, but you have given this item to that person for 50 rupees. What is this? Then what he told, you know, that customer had come 2 hours before and he already booked that item and gave 50 rupees. I told 100 rupees, no bargain. He gave 50 rupees. The balance money he gave now and took the item. You will get satisfied. You will not again argue with the shopkeeper. It's the logic. But if you don't know the background, first you get annoyed, frustrated. Same thing is happening in the life also. Those who are not doing that much job, they are getting better result because of the results of their previous actions. So here, when this is told punya and papa, you will have lot of restrictions to accept, friction. But when the same is told in English, good luck, bad luck, you accept. Good luck is punya, bad luck is papa. Logical. So this is another example. Through these examples you can try to assimilate. This karma will give some kind of benefit, because when you will not go on means have the mental conflicts. That person is not doing anything and getting this. So this all the understanding will give some lightness to your mind. And another argument is also very popular in educated people. Unless otherwise they get the results immediately, how the world will improve. Improvement of world and deterioration of world is not your concern. There is somebody sitting on the sitting means what? Sorry, some force is there that is controlling the world. It is not your lookout to refine the world or make the world bad. You can take care of yourself. Now these are all not exactly this thing. I am just telling you. You can contribute to the world also. That is okay. But this kind of argument should not rise in your head. The person has to get the action immediately. Why it is in the next birth? Unless otherwise the person gets the bad results for his bad action, how the world will improve? This kind of questions you should not arise in your mind, blocking this self-knowledge pursuit, which only will give improvement. Why this kind of question should not arise? See again one logic. Again one logic. These are all logical understanding. A person cannot, will not, need not get the result immediately. What about your performance? Every day's performance, immediately you are getting result. It is evaluated based on a period of 1 year. During that 1 year, what all things, then appraisal is going on. Similarly, academic, there is some period. Even in semester and everything, monthly test, there is some evaluating and taking care of the 1 year's performance and giving promotion. Even in bank account, there is a system. Every 3 months or every month, means so many, from which date to that date, the balance is calculated, the interest is credited. Like that, one period is taken for other transaction things, for deciding the plus and minus. Your job itself you can take. Year means. So, in job it is 1 year. In this life it is 1 life. One birth to death. That is what the portion of the period. Throughout the period, your plus and minus actions are evaluated. Some of the results you are getting, and unseen results are taken, carry forward. So that is the, otherwise how it will be a logical thing? If a person gets the result immediately, then there won't be the cycle. There won't be a cycle of life. Without life cycle, I told you what is the purpose of life cycle. Already I need not want to repeat. I don't want to repeat. So everyone gets the immediate result, then how the cycle will continue? And this is most illogical, because we are how to tell it, only in some respect a person, the arguing person will be only telling about these people are doing bad things, they are not getting bad results, then how will the world improve? They see only specific actions of those people. But this generalization is required whenever the law is there. There should be a general, some basic philosophy should be there behind the law. No? Every law has got a philosophy. So if the philosophy is there that if a person does the bad, immediately getting result means, if I should not kill anything. If I kill a cockroach, immediately I have to die means what? This is not then previous good and bad who will experience? For me, I have to have lot of experiences. But if I in between, if I misuse my free will and kill something, if I die, then what about the other unused karma? So this kind of argument should never arise in your mind, blocking your pursuit for self-knowledge, means to find out who are you. So this is very important from the point of causation. That's why I raise the subject. Now this some of the main aspects of this class over. Now we will have some kind of examples for the sequence of this subject. Every class we are having. So like that we will have some examples. Then we will have questions and everything, or answers. We'll see. So this knowledge has to be doubtlessly understood. Means first understood, then the doubt should be cleared. So for example, you are not the body. 100% you have to understand. 99% will not give you perceivable benefits. 100% you have to accept. Just like you are accepting your name, 100% you have to accept that you are not the body. Why reason is that, very funny story. See, a boy was there. We come across the cats fight. Cats fight. When two cats fight with each other, they make lot of peculiar sounds, baby-like sounds. Baby-like sounds, cats are able to do it. So this boy was observing. The cats were fighting in the other side of the window. This boy was little safe inside. He started making the sounds to confuse them. You know, cats make very funny sounds when they fight. This boy also was making, the tempo increased, then increased. Suddenly this boy shouted like a cat and get into some confusion. Then started behaving very abnormal, and he came down to the parents. I have become a cat. I have become a cat. First the parents laughed. Then this boy was totally blanked out and not answering, and I am a cat. I am a cat. Then next day the parents got little worried. This boy is not agreeing. They told, you are this, our son, you are the name. No, I am a cat. I am a cat. Then usually he goes out, then he is not going out. I am a cat. The dog is there. The dog will chase me, will bite me. I am a cat. Then the parents got worried. This was there for the full day, and then next day also means the parents booked a consultation with the psychiatrist. They took the boy to the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist also told, you are a boy, grown up boy. No, I am a cat. I am a cat. I am afraid of dogs. I am afraid of dogs. Then the psychiatrist is an intelligent doctor. Counseling did not work. Then he called his assistant. In the neighborhood there was a cat. There was a cat in the neighborhood of the psychiatrist. So the assistant, then the doctor arranged a mirror also, and made this boy to sit in front of the mirror, and that assistant brought the cat, and he made the cat also sit near the boy. When the boy saw the cat, he was little upset, but psychiatrist want to make him understand that he is not the cat. Then the psychiatrist told the boy to see the mirror and told, see, this is you. You have got this kind of face, you have got this kind of body structure, you have got this kind of legs and everything, eyes and nose. You see nearby, that is a cat. Is there difference or no difference? The psychiatrist asked the boy. Boy told, yeah, there's a lot of difference. That small, I am big, I am having sitting like this, he's sitting like that. So now have you understood? You are not the cat. The psychiatrist told the boy. Yeah, I understood. So psychiatrist was happy, the parents were also happy. And there was some small change in the boy's face, body language. And the psychiatrist thought, because of the counseling and giving an example and showing the cat in front of him, he has understood. Now there's no problem. And he asked, the psychiatrist asked the boy, have you understood? You are a boy, you are not a cat. I have understood, I am a boy. Then they were about to go. Then when this boy was about to be taken by the parents outside the house of the psychiatrist, hospital of the psychiatrist, clinic of the psychiatrist, he saw a dog. Immediately he got into problem. He ran inside the room and shouted, I am a cat. Then the psychiatrist told, now only you understood you are not a cat. Why you are so much afraid of the dog outside? Then the boy told the psychiatrist, oh doctor, you have made me understood I am not a cat, but You have not taught the same thing to the dog. You have to teach the dog also. Then only it will not chase me. You have to teach the dog that this boy is not a cat. Is it necessary? This kind of confusion only crores and people are having. That they are the body. You are not the body. Under service, you 100% understand. Even if 1% doubt is there whether I may be the body, you won't get any benefit. First thing, the knowledge should be thorough. Nothing in the world should be able to shake your knowledge. Then only this mind-boggling benefits that you are not the mind will start. First you are not the body, some benefits. Then you are not the mind. End of that. Nothing more than that, because soul is a part of mind. When you negate that you are not the mind, when you understand that you are not the mind, or when you negate the mind, that is the end of the person. Then mind will become an obedient servant. This knowledge, if you postpone, it is a very big loss for you. That's what Kena Upanishad is telling. Iha ched avedi tada satyamasti na chedi iha avedi mahadi vinashtihi. The biggest loss of human birth, if you don't understand the truth. So this is the opportunity for step-by-step understanding. We will cover one or two aspects in the next two classes. Then 11th class will be the summary, 10th class about the dog. Now this dog and cat story is over. Now some other examples, if time permits, I can give. What is the time?
9.
Already
2 minutes more.
2 minutes only. So I think we have to, this is a subtle subject, very subtle subject, and for subtle subject understanding, you have to improve your logical thinking. For improving the logical thinking, there are some methods. You can Google out how to improve logical thinking. One is playing crosswords. Crosswords you play. Get from any this thing, or you yourself make a crossword puzzle. So I was telling the word, W-O-R-D word, the struggle in the life called samsara. You try to make some crossword with 4 directions, with all the aspects of this life. That is SAM, SARA is the Sanskrit word. That is the struggle of life, but it cannot be told in one word in English. It is a combination of so many things. I was discussing with some people, and it is normally it's a kind of attachments, then apprehensions, then ambiguity in life. So all these things are put together. So you can make a crossword, play crossword or create a crossword, Vedantic crossword, that will help you to improve the logical thinking. Crosswords, crosswords. Then you change your routine and stick to your timing. Change your routine of getting ready or whatever thing, but you have to finish it within the same timings without taking extra time. This will improve your logical thinking. So the improvement of logical thinking will help a lot to understand this subtle knowledge. So I think nearing 9 o'clock, so we cannot extend too much. So we will end the session, and I told 5 points. That also the eligibility, number 1 is what? Doing yoga in the morning. So that never forget, half an hour yoga minimum. So other things, PowerPoint presentations are there. And Wednesday evening 8 o'clock can come. And whoever has not put their preference, anybody has not put their preference of the terminology, you can put it. Anyway, we will add up some of. Now the consciousness, awareness in the Atma can be used for that. So we will end up the session with the prayer. Then any questions we will try to answer it here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. So, any questions?
Jacob,
Yeah, Srinivasa.
yeah, good, it was very good.
Oh, nice.
I have not studied your slides.
Okay.
After going through that, today only I downloaded. And as
Okay.
I told you, I didn't see that mail.
Correct. You did
I
not see
will
this.
go through that and then, I will come back with some.
Even Wednesday, if you want, you can come Wednesday. Otherwise, next Saturday. Otherwise, anytime we are available.
Sure.
Okay.
Today only I downloaded.
Okay,
Go through it and then I will come
PPT.
back.
PPT. Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much. It was very nice.
Oh,
Very
nice.
good.
Okay. All right. Premsa is here.
Yeah, Premsa is there.
Sai Ram. Premsa, yeah, here what you can do, you can there are 7 classes before this class. So initial classes are very fundamental. So 1 or 2 classes if you want to omit, you can omit. The class number 4, 5, 6, 7 if you complete before the 9th class, then it will be nice to continue 9, 10 and 11. So that way, because you can save your precious time. For initial classes are there in the blog also. So blog, spending or half an hour, you go through that topic up to topic number 7. It is as good as covering 3 hours. So half an hour you can cover. So that otherwise you means any more information you can call me separately, because you have not attended the 7 classes. This is the 8th class. I am telling you separately, but you can discuss also. Then nice that you somehow it prompted me to inform you, and lot of things are there in the website also, in the blog also. Please refer, and you are one of the person 10 years before I recollect, were instrument in making the manual also. Own yourself, enjoy completeness. That is why I am very happy that you have come.
Sure. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah. Bye.
Sai Ram. Doubts, sir? Jayendran is there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jayendran, the mail I sent on 7th.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
But,
I have not checked it, sir. I will check it.
Because you can just tell your preference of terms, so that
Okay.
that is one is for this one this one I have sent. That is 4 slides, PPT slides. That side steps method means after moving into 7 classes, there is one more method instead of I am not the body, I am not the mind. For some people, if they are getting whatever, that's why I mentioned. That's one more side steps method. From 7th class, you can understand the awareness and own up. That one also I have sent along with the small question of your preference of listening to this, the terminology of Atma. Okay, that you can reply.
Okay, sure, sir. I'll do it.
Anybody, any questions are there? Today's class or previous classes? Okay. Otherwise, we will disconnect. Somebody is asking something.
Yeah, any question?
Any question is asked? Any questions?